I'm Ryan Brunson with Bleep Magazine, and I am here with
Renée Marino.
I want to know about your career in 30 seconds this far. Go.
Okay, started touring for 4 years. Cats, High School Musical, Jersey Boys, and then I had my Broadway debut, West Side Story. Went on to do Wonderland, then Chaplin, then Jersey Boys on Broadway, and that's where Clint Eastwood saw me play Mary Delgado, and then I auditioned for the film, and I was cast as Mary Delgado in the film of Jersey Boys, directed by Clint Eastwood.
Boom! How did this come to be for you?
Well, I was doing the Broadway show last summer, and Clint Eastwood came to see the show because he knew that he was directing the film and wanted to go around to all the different casts. And a Sunday afternoon, I found out Clint Eastwood was in the audience, and for some reason, I wasn't even that nervous. I kind of just went along with my show, and then I did go to audition for the film. And when I got out to film for the first day, when I found out I was cast, he did tell me, he said, that he knew that he, really did love me for this role. So that was pretty amazing coming from the mouth of Clint Eastwood, who, by the way, is the most down-to-earth, wonderful human being that I've ever met, and that's why he's a legend, because he's not just super talented, he's just super real and super grounded and wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite moments from filming? Some highlights for you.
God, there's so many. Okay, so this was my first film, which again was such a blessing, and I'll never forget the first day being in the shuttle on the way to set, and I sat there in my dress that you see me in the first scene in the film, and I had my little clutch purse, and I just looked up and I was like, here we go. And it was like jumping off a cliff, just like the time I had my Broadway debut, which was in West Side Story. After 3 days of rehearsal, I had the same moment before I shenaned on stage. I was like, here we go. And it was just such a loving, wonderful atmosphere when I got to set that first day. And I just had to hold back tears that whole first day of filming because it felt so surreal. Everyone was so welcoming, and as I said, Clint Eastwood was just so great and so open and loving. And I think one of my favorite highlights of filming was getting to improv with Clint Eastwood. He loves that. Like, he loves just keeping the camera rolling and letting you do what you feel is right as an actor. It was just so freeing and so exciting because he just let us go. I mean, there was one point we probably improv for 15 minutes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you learn about yourself through all this?
Trust. This whole experience was a lesson on trust. Because, as I said before, I haven't had tons of film training, and I haven't, done TV shows or anything. And I had to just really dig deep down and be like, you know what, Renee? He picked you for this role. There's a reason. So even though, you haven't done this before, it's okay. You know what you're doing, and just trust it. Just trust it and go with it. And the great thing about him, again, is he's not a micromanager by any means. He's like the opposite. He's like, oh, Ryan, you want to try that? Go ahead. And I'm like, Clint, how about this? He's like, go ahead, do it. Like, it's so amazing, but at the same time crazy because, he's the director, and, you want to do your best. And for me, it was just a lesson on, like, you know what? There doesn't have to be tons of rehearsal or anything. You just, as an actor, you stay true to your character and stay true to the story, and that's it. I went in the first day when we were filming in Frankie and I's home, and it was so cool because I walked in and there's Clint sitting on the couch, and I was like, hey, Clint. He's like, hey. Before we started filming, and I was like, you know what, Renee? This is your time to walk around the space and take in the atmosphere because this is my living room. And you'll see the scene in the movie, it's like Christmas time and the girls are opening their gifts. And I remember like taking that moment of like just walking around the space, thinking about like, all right, if I was watching my girls open Christmas presents, where would I stand? As I'm having my drink, where would I want to be? So it was just so cool. It was really just such a blessing, and I honestly couldn't be more grateful for the experience.
What did it teach you about yourself and about your craft? Your craft as an actress, what will never be the same for you?
It taught me that I know what I'm doing. And of course I've always known, you know what you're doing, but as an actor, you know, you're so vulnerable all the time. So of course there are moments of doubt and like, oh my God, did I rehearse this enough? Do I know what I'm doing? And you know, we get so wrapped up in our heads, don't we all, actors? We know that. We get in our heads and sometimes we stand in our own way. And it just taught me, like, you don't need to do that. Just be there. And I actually had this conversation with Clint on set one of the days, and we were talking about, you know, training and acting class, and he's like, you know, I just know to stand there and listen. As long as you're in the moment, you're acting. And I was like, yeah, it's that simple. Like, we love to complicate things. I love to complicate things and analyze and this. And he doesn't. And that's why he's so great. He's like so calm, and, you know, you can see he just takes things as they come. And that's why he's, you know, such a wonderful actor, because he just will sit there and listen and react honestly. And that's what it's about.
There you go.
That's it.
So we're all about up and coming artists and
Yes.
new artists and people finding their way.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for them?
My best advice to you guys and girls is keep training. And that's how you do get to a point where you can trust. So with the training comes trust, and just remember why you're doing it, because you love it. So just always remember that, and remember you're constantly, I feel this way, I'm constantly a student of life, and I'm constantly a student of my craft, and that's why it is so important to just keep training, always train your entire lives, and trust. Train and trust, baby. Double T's.
Boom. Thank you so much. Check out Renee and Jersey Boys, and check her out on the cover of Bleep magazine.
Woo.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.